Welcome to First Issues. As fast-paced as our lives are these days, with school, business and work, it all becomes much more bearable when everyday services are conveniently accessible. Such services as ordering food and having it delivered to wherever it is you'd be slaying your corporate and entrepreneurship dragons can be the difference between success and failure. In wanting to be the bridge that closed this consumer and service gap, Abel Tshimbalanga developed the Smart Restaurant Suite. This is a platform on which restaurants put their menus online for customers to access at the same time, have the option to have the order delivered exactly where they are. It also allows the restaurants to keep track of inventory, have a point of sale and customer satisfaction surveys. Abel is a software engineer whose passion for all things digital led him and his business partners to develop and register this platform in hopes that it will in future be the epitome of convenience and excellence. We have an in-depth conversation with Abel on First Issues. Abel, thank you so much for coming on First Issues and affording us your time. We're here today to talk to you about basically your journey into entrepreneurship, right? So let us talk about your business in tandem with the app that you developed.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so my business, it's a software developing business. It started out about maybe 6 or 8 years ago. And it started actually as a passion project with a friend of mine. We wanted to develop games because at the time we're very into games. We pivoted and we started dealing with actual problems and said, hey, we believe that the restaurant industry, the tourism industry will be growing in the next 5 years time. Why not get into that space pretty soon? So we actually contacted a few of our friends, perused our network, that is, and we found a restaurant owner who really just wanted to start his restaurant. We say, hey, we develop apps, let's actually create something for you. He gave us his ideas, we got to work, and then pretty soon it started becoming a little bit more concrete, something that we could sell to not just that particular person, but other people.
So let us speak some more on Smart Restaurant Suite.
Restaurant Suite. Mm-hmm.
You were saying that at the time you were forecasting that the tourism industry was going to be expanding. But then what is it about that expansion that you're trying to take advantage of with SRS?
Okay. So with the way we set things up, we wanted to make it extremely modular. We knew for sure that there was already people in the space. So there's pilots, there's Gap, and these come from the SA side of things. But the way they have it, it's pretty standardized. It's pretty, I would say, monolithic. So once you get their package, you have to accept it as it comes. And then maybe there's particular tiers, but regardless, it stays the way it is. We said, no, Motswana want things a little bit different. They want to have they want to have more control about what it is that they want and how much they're getting it for. And so that's the space that we said that we're going to go in. We knew that anybody who was going to start a restaurant business in Botswana wouldn't have maybe 10, 20 years of experience, at least for the most cases. We were thinking that we would try to go for maybe the middle bracket restaurants and then continue to trickle down to even smalsus or chisayamas, if you will.
What is it that sets you apart besides your project offering the ability to be multifaceted? And then some hurdles that you could speak of in tandem with these the things that set you apart?
So when it comes to what sets us apart, I think the best way to describe it is that we can tend to your needs as you see them. I think it's easy for me as a business owner to say, I know how to run my business and I will run my business the way I wish. But it's another thing to go to somebody and truly understand their problem and say, I experienced this because of these factors. Or even more commonly, a business owner doesn't necessarily know what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong. So our experience comes in not just to guide them, but more helpfully, help them understand what it is that they're dealing with. And then we can come in and say, this would actually be the best for you. So you could you could call it a consultancy in that regard, but more than that, more organic, more deep. And then the challenges that we've faced, for the most part, I think our inexperience when we started at the beginning. We had certain assumptions about how the industry works, how business works, how people make money, right? But a lot of the challenges we then encountered were, oh, how do we deal with this particular risk? Oh, I didn't even know that this was a risk. Or how do we manage our employees in a particular way? Make sure that we feel not just a part of the team, but we're also aiming towards a common goal. So it's these many things that have been kind of growing over the years that helped us understand what it really takes to move forward. And I'll be honest, we're still learning.
So speaking of moving forward, where do you envision yourselves in the short term, medium term, and possibly the long term?
So for the most part, we truly believe that the SRS has something to offer. So like I said before, we wanted to go to an even more organic market. So far we're just dealing with restaurants. We have a couple of clients actually, some in Sarona City, some at Remoho Mall. But we want to be able to go up to a mom and pop or a Chiseyama or a Smauso and say, you could be doing better. You know, you don't have to grab a large book and then do the numbers, and then if you don't know exactly how it is that you're doing, make a mistake and then lose hundreds. Those hundreds cost a lot. It's a huge chunk of what it is that they're doing. We want to be able to deal with these people personally and say, hey, this is what we're going for.